program, viewer discretion is advised.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and with me today is the Rambling Canuck. Howdy, brother.
Good morning. I think it's morning, right? Oh,
It is morning.
I am still getting used to this new schedule. Jumping Jehovah.
Oh, shit. We are missing Vance Major Owen this morning, but hopefully he will be back next week if there is next week the way things are going. Oh Lord! So last week we talked about Redemption Part 2, a little Darmok Angelad and Enkidu and Gilgamesh on the ocean.
Oh yes,
and, Ensign Rowe, Silicon Avatar. We barely covered Silicon Avatar.
Yeah.
The game. We don't have to do a Wesley discussion this morning yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Unification Part 1.
Yeah.
So we're going to start things.
Well, actually, we brought that up, and then we went on about a 15-minute tangent about Unification Part 3.
Yes. Yes, we did.
And the travesty that was.
And the fucking train wreck. Oh, hold on. I gotta highlight that. Hold on, I got my chat up beside me, but boom. These shows on Tuesday have made me want to watch this. I wonder who can watch it with me. Absolutely,
Yes.
Mrs. Canuck.
There's only 7 seasons, dear. Don't worry, it'll go by quick.
Really, Sitroom? I have no idea. It's not me, brother. It's not me. And damn YouTube. And Mexican Iron Man, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing this morning? So we've got Unification Part 2, which is the real gem of the first half of the season because you actually get Spock.
Yeah.
You don't really get Spock in Unification Part 1.
No. In Unification Part 2, you get Picard and Spock, which is something you never thought you'd see on the screen.
No, or Data and Spock. You know,
Oh,
it would
yeah.
have been funny if it would have been really funny. I was kind of hoping that he would be like, 5 years ago, this admiral told me that I didn't have pointed ears, but I sounded like a Vulcan.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating. That would have been funny if
Yeah,
they were,
the callback, yeah.
you ain't got no pointed ears, boy, but you sound like a Vulcan.
Yeah.
God help me. Bones. I miss Bones. I miss DeForest Kelly. God damn it.
Yeah.
You know what DeForest Kelly would tell us all? He'd be like, life's too short for all this bullshit that's going on today. You just gotta grab life by the horns, because he was a damn cowboy, man.
Yeah.
He was a cowboy. He was in so many cowboy shows and cowboy movies and all kinds of shit before he got to Star Trek. And
And then
man,
nothing else mattered.
yeah, it was like,
Like
this is
most
it.
of the actors of Star Trek. See, and I think that's one thing, like, even, like, the newer show, even the one I like and you hate, that's supposedly
There are good
3 more
reasons.
seasons.
There are good reasons I hate that show.
Yes, I know, and we'll get through them again. Yay. But, like, in the original series, those actors were known for Star Trek. Coming out of Star Trek, didn't matter what they did before. They were known for Star Trek. TNG, most of the actors, I mean, Geordi had a long children's show, The Reading Rainbow. Nobody knows him for Reading Rainbow. Everybody knows him for Geordi. Right?
No. He was in Reading Rainbow. That was LeVar Burton. Hey, kid.
Yeah. I remember the show. It was a trippy thing when I was a kid.
It's Reading Rainbow.
Right, but most people's first thought is that's the dude from Star Trek, right? And that was
now,
right. That's the dude from Star Trek. So once they, it didn't matter what they did before. Once they did Star Trek, that was it. That was what they were known for.
Yeah. See, I remember.
You can't say the same thing for Discovery.
I remembered Patrick Stewart and a bunch of stuff. He was in Excalibur. I was like, holy shit, that's Guinevere's dad in Excalibur. He was in Dune.
Yeah.
He was in a bunch of stuff. He was the overly eccentric, how do I put this? Gay guy in oh man, what was that movie? Was it LA Story?
I don't remember.
Where he's got like the pink hat and he's like, you know what? They can go fuck themselves.
That sounds like
yeah.
I think he did that. I think
God.
he's kind of spoofed that in one of the episodes, didn't he?
Yeah. So it's like, damn, man. They were in so much stuff, but yeah. I remember Taking Care of Business. God, what's her name? Crusher. I can't remember her name right now. Damn it. Beverly Crusher was Gates McFadden. Thank you for anybody typing that already. Gates McFadden, because you're all, of course, like #blame Loki. Gates McFadden was in Taking Care of Business, and Jimmy Belushi was like, nice tits, babe. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. This got cleared how?
Is William Shatner the only TOS? No. Uhura's still alive. But I think that's it. James Doan has passed. Yeoman Kelly has passed. Yeah. So Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelly. I can't think of. No. Chekhov's still alive. Chekhov and Sulu. Chekhov, Sulu, and Uhura are still alive. So Nichelle Nichols, Nichelle Nichols, George Takei, and Walter Cohen are still with us, along with William Shatner. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my.
Yes, that has become a meme upon memes.
Oh yeah.
For-
Oh my. So unification part 2. Vulcans, Romulans, androids. Oh my.
yes.
Data and Picard go to Romulus, sneak in. Of course, they are not successful. They get caught. Of course, they get caught. It's fucking Picard. You've got the captain of the Enterprise on
Yeah.
Romulus. How is that going to stay hidden?
Yeah. That wasn't thought through very well.
So,
No. Although, okay, so we didn't cover this last week, which could have been interesting. But where did you land? What side did you land on? Should he have killed Hugh, or should he have sent him back?
oh, in Iborg,
Borg.
he should have sent him back. No,
Okay.
there's a scene, and it's one of the most dramatic scenes, in my opinion, in Star Trek. It is one of the most personal scenes where Picard slips back into Locutus.
Yeah.
And he is, I am Locutus of Borg. You will comply. And Hugh's like, but Geordi's my friend. I don't want irrelevant.
Yeah.
And dude, you can tell it is tearing the hell out of Picard doing this.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
is like soul wrenching.
Yeah.
And
It is. He's putting the rubber to the road, as it were, and just like, okay, you want to be Borg? Fine, let's be Borg. And then
yeah. And when he says, I do not want to, and he's like, what? What did you say? Like, well, I do not want to. And that's when Picard realizes, I can't use this thing as a weapon. It's not a thing. It is a person.
No.
My crew has been trying to tell me. And Guinan was wrong too. Fucking kill that thing, get it off your ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Borg. It's never going to be anything but a Borg. And then, she's wrong too.
Yeah. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
So
that was a major argument back in the day.
Yeah.
Should Hugh be gone, or what was Picard thinking? Why would you do that? You had a chance. There was a major contingent. It was just like, Picard, you moron. You had a chance to get rid of the Borg. What the?
And the kid that played Hugh, just Jonathan Del Arco. I so wanted him and Picard to have this reunion in the series Picard. I wanted this to be this huge fucking reunion. And I said, I don't know if you remember this or not, I said, while I was reviewing it, because I don't think we were hanging out yet, if they fuck this up, I'm out.
Yeah.
We either have this badass reunion between the two of them, or I'm fucking done here and now. Period. If they run into each other and it's not, the best of fucking friends coming back together. And Hugh treated him like a father, and that's the way you should have treated him. You got me out of the Borg.
Yeah.
You could have killed me, you could have done this, but you're the reason why I went on to do all that I've done.
Yeah, including side with the lore for a while. But that was just, my bad teenage years.
Well, he honestly thought that they used him, and they didn't. He thought, the Federation used me to, and imagine if they had.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had. What would have happened? What he would have done? Because he would not have changed sides. Geordi used me. Geordi put a virus in me. That would have been it. That would have been the end of the show. I loved how they came back and were like, this is what would have happened if you'd have fucked up and done the wrong thing.
Yeah. But that was a major talking point back in the day.
What did you think about Hugh and that conversation with Picard? Does it still give you goosebumps? Or
I really liked, I didn't like everything that was in Picard. We've been over that, but I did like that. I will say this though, that idiotic doctor guy, I think he died too nicely, because when I saw him come back in the Picard series, and they brought
the
him
one
back.
from Measure of a Man.
Yeah.
It wasn't even him.
I know.
It
I
wasn't
don't
even
care if it
same
was the
fucking
actor or not. Just the character alone. During the seasons, when he came on TNG, I hated him with a passion. I wanted that sucker to die, and slowly, because he went after Data, and he can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
So him dying in Picard was like, it's about time, right?
I think me and Vance talked about that the 1 week you were out was the end of that episode. There's this huge thing where Riker says, I can understand if you don't want to be my friend anymore. I can understand that. I had to stand against you.
Yeah.
And Data's like, no. And this is Data wise beyond his years. This is what friendship is truly about. When Data tells him, no, Commander, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly.
You had to do that to keep me on the Enterprise. You were the best, you're the best you'll ever be.
Yeah,
don't ever change. And Riker gets this grin on his face, and he's like, "My friend, you are wise beyond your years."
Yep.
And it's just like, dude, that is fucking brotherhood.
Yeah,
that is friendship. That's not whiny little bitch.
Yeah, how dare you go against me?
Yes, how dare you? That is fucking true friendship to look at that. No, you were in my corner. You fought for me, whether you realized it or not. If you hadn't come at me the way you did, I wouldn't be standing here on the Enterprise right now.
Yeah, because they would have had an out. Well, it was because Riker played softball that you got your identity, right?
Yeah.
But Riker didn't play softball. He took that away.
So he had to fight. He had to fight against Data, and he did it. He went at Data hardcore. He's like, motherfucker's got an off switch. All right, let me take your arm, and then I'm going to turn you off. Pinocchio's string's been cut. Boom.
Yeah.
Fucking mic drop. You can't get any more head on than that. He took it head on. He did the best of his ability, and Picard won because Data. Who's to determine if Data has a soul? That is one of the reasons why, believe it or not, I hated Picard so much. I hated that series so much because they already showed to the Federation these aren't fucking slaves. They're not fucking peons. They're not fucking construction workers. And that's the way those androids get treated. They get treated like fucking, and that's stupid. The Federation knew better. And that is insulting to what we have loved about the Federation all these years. They knew better than to do that. And they apparently, we're going to write it like they did it anyway. Like none of this was covered in Measure of a Man.
Yeah. Well,
they obviously watched the fucking episode. They had characters come in from it. How can you watch a fucking episode? How can you watch Measure of a Man and then go, oh, it's cool. The Federation make them all slaves.
Why not?
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's just the syndrome of, everything has to be relatable to today. I mean, goddamn, have you seen the Olympics lately? Jesus Christ. Everything's a goddamn statement. You can't just play a fucking game anymore.
Nope.
Whoops, I'm derailing your stream. Sorry there, Loki.
Don't worry about it.
God damn.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's such a big episode. One thing I wanted to save this for this week because God, I really wanted Vance's opinion on this. Was the First Duty because he's a Wesley Crusher fan.
Oh, yes.
I don't know any Wesley Crusher fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really. I know you're not one. Shut up, Wesley.
Out the airlock with the yeah.
A boot face there, Crusher.
See, they got to bring him back in Picard, and he's got to fall out an airlock. And then I'll be happy. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Kill Wesley. Why did you kill Icheb?
Wesley goes out an airlock. I'll be a happy person.
You killed Icheb last season when you could have killed Wesley.
Yeah,
you missed
there you
a golden
go.
opportunity.
Yeah. Another missed opportunity for greatness.
Let's leave the first duty for next week. Hopefully Vance will be back with us.
Yeah, hopefully.
Cause and effect. The Kelsey Grammer episode where they're stuck in the time loop.
Yeah. They did
all
that
hands abandoned ship. All hands abandoned ship. Yeah, I think you hear that.
They did the time loop thing a couple of times, and I think, like, as far as the time loops go, this one wasn't bad. I think the worst one that ever happened that they did concerning I can speak English, I swear. Concerning time loop was that stupid Beverly Crusher one.
Yes, the one where she's the
only one left on the Enterprise.
Yep. Snorted Peepers Keeper says, I think a lot of fans idealize the Federation in their minds. There were a number of episodes where the Federation was acting like a bunch of self-important bureaucratic asshats. Well, that was some people in the Federation. That is true. But the Federation as a whole had ideals. Sure, you had the occasional admiral that was like, go out and do some fucked up shit. But the Federation as a whole never saw that. It was the Admiralty or a captain here and there that did some pretty underhanded shit. The first thing that comes to mind is the Icarus episode where Riker's former captain comes in and they were working on a fucking cloaking device. And Picard's finally like, once he finds out, he's like, now it all fucking makes sense, bitch. You were working on a cloak, not just a cloak, but a phase cloak.
Yeah.
A cloak that can let you go through solid matter. What the fuck? And eventually they turned that into weapons technology and put it in the quantum torpedoes. That's why quantum torpedoes kick so much ass.
Yeah.
Is they slightly dephase and focus the blast like a shotgun cone. Psychodorf now with $5 super chat. It's beyond obvious the point of Picard is to destroy something that inspired people. What do you think about that?
Well, as the Picard liker of the group, I don't think so. I think Discovery, yes. Picard, I think they just dropped the ball in certain spots and gave. I still maintain the major problem with Picard right now is you gave Patrick Stewart way too many keys to the castle. That's the main problem with Picard right now is you gave Patrick Stewart too many keys to the castle. But I mean, at the same time, I can look at it and go, well, you weren't getting Jean-Luc Picard done by Patrick Stewart unless you gave him all those fucking keys to the castle. So, right? It's like, shit.
Well, it's like having William Shatner involved with the 2009 reboot.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not going to come back and just be like a memory in a memory. I'm not, because that's what they were going to have him in. They were going to have him in a memory with Spock. They were going to have him talking to Spock in a memory. When old Spock meets with young Kirk and they mind meld, he was going to get to see himself as an older man. And William Shatner was like, no, fuck that. I want to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Leonard's in the movie. Why can't I be in the movie? And thank you so much. Psychodorf died for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going to give you a little havoc this morning. Skål!
And let's slip the dogs of war.
And Pat S. Damn, brother, yes. And that's why he's one of my favorite captains of all time. He is my favorite captain of all time. Remember what Cisco did in the Pale Moonlight. That wasn't heroic or being an anti-hero. That's villain stuff right there. Good thing he did it. What a sin eater he was. I can live with it. Oh, I can live with it too. I could have lived with it too. Get the Romulans in the war, save the Federation and the Klingon Empire, save the Alpha Quadrant. What price will I pay? So people died.
Yeah.
So I was responsible for the death of other men. Yeah. Okay. I got the Romulans into the war. I can.
Yeah. Ends justify the means.
It depends on how far you are willing to go to stop something like that. Can I live with it? Yes. Could Cisco live with it? Yes. Which is why over and over and over again, I will say Cisco is my favorite captain. It's not just because he did some cool shit. It's not because he turned to Warp and said, Mr. Warp, load up a quantum torpedo and write "Don't fuck with Cisco" on it. It's because he was the most realistic. See, Picard's like someone to look up to. You're like, I will never ever be like that. This guy reads the Federation handbook before he goes to bed at night. It's
he
like
wrote the fucking thing.
Yeah, he wrote half the fucking thing. Okay, you can never be Picard's something to like be inspired to be. He is a captain, and I'm talking TNG. Fuck the Picard series. I know Canuck likes it, but Picard's someone that you look at and you go, I wish I could be that person. I know I'm not. I never will be. But this motherfucker's got ideals and morals that only he could live up to.
Yeah.
When he's trying to impress upon that to Wesley in what is it? It's not ethics. It's the first duty. When he's trying to impress upon those ideals to Wesley, the first duty to every Starfleet officer is the truth.
Yeah.
He is trying to tell him one day you can be like me.
Yeah.
And hold the Federation, the ideals of the Federation, what the Federation is above everything else in your life. That is why Picard is not married. That is why Picard does not have kids. That is why Picard has made a career out of being a Starfleet officer. Because he holds those ideals above everything else.
Yeah, he's married to the uniform.
Yes, his first duty is to Starfleet above everything else. He will never have a marriage. He will never have kids because it's just shit that gets in the way. And that's the one thing that I love about Generations. That is the one thing besides Data being so fucking funny. Make it so.
Yeah.
It's Picard and the realization that I'm never going to have a family, and the family I did have is gone.
Yeah.
They died in a fucking fire. They died in a fire. Who dies in a fire in the 24th century?
Yeah.
Picard lost his family. Picard lost his heir, his nephew Rene. Was the family line.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the kid that was going to be in Starfleet one day. They showed that in Family. They showed that when that kid's looking up at that sky, going, one day I'm going to be up there and I'm going to be doing what my uncle Picard does. I'm going to be doing what my uncle does.
Yeah. And then for it all to be taken away,
That is the one thing I love about Generations, is that, and Data being fucking hilarious.
It's funny because
Mr. Tricorder.
If you look through TNG, the one character who is not supposed to have emotions has some of the most emotional comedy bits known to man.
Yes. And Picard, who is a human being who has emotions, has a hard time connecting with people outside of work.
Yes. And even within work, it's like, because if you wear the uniform, Picard already has a certain standard, and 90% of the people he meets does not meet that standard.
and I think the two people that he can really kind of be himself around is Troy and Riker. There are moments with Troy and Riker where he can let his guard down a little bit. The shit with the Doctor, that's just play.
Yeah.
That's not, oh, I'm having breakfast with Beverly. You know, that he can take it or leave it. That's not something that he's got to have. It is Riker. The friendship with Riker, his first officer, which he has to grow into, and his relationship with Troy. I get to let my guard down with the counselor. What should I do here? Where should I go? He would never ask anyone else that. And Arwen, I absolutely love that. Picard is school Starfleet. Cisco is street Starfleet. Both effective, just different managerial approaches.
Yeah, pretty much.
I absolutely love that. So, first duty, Wesley fucks up. Wesley lies. Wesley gets caught. Picard has to fucking tell him, hey, this is the way it is. You wanted to put on that uniform, bitch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand up and tell the truth or shut the fuck up, Wesley.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. So here's another character that some hated, some liked. What was your thoughts on the Lwaxana character?
Oh, I loved Lwaxana. It was the first time I saw Majel Barrett as Troy's mother. I was like, oh my diddly dank. Because I knew who she was. I immediately, it's Nurse Chapel. And, you know, my dad's sitting there and going, she was also the original #1. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, we'll watch The Cage later. Yeah, dude, I absolutely love seeing her back. The voice of the computer. I love the episode she's in. I love when she's going after Picard. God, I love when she's going after Picard.
Yeah. The only corny one I think with Lwaxana is the whole Ferengi episode. That's the hardest one for me to watch. Still.
Was that Menage a Troy?
Yeah. That's the one where he's like quoting Shakespeare on the bridge of the Enterprise, and it's like, what the fuck?
She'll be mine. You fucked up, Ferengi. You took my woman. What? Yeah, that's my woman, bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow you out of the sky. It is better to love and lost than to never love at all. Fire torpedoes.
And Dave Bob Kirk is the captain. I love Kirk. I do. Yeah. Fire our torpedoes. Damn the Ferengi. I want my woman back. That's my woman. Jean-Luc, you're fighting over little old me? Yes. It was that whole like, not over little old me, and you know, Deanna's like rolling her eyes like, oh my God, mother.
Yeah.
She was completely different than Deanna.
Yeah.
You know, you've got her daughter who's this like, I've got my shit together and I'm very conservative and I'm very reserved. Every once in a while she'd come out and it'd be like, damn, look at Deanna. But normally she was very reserved. She was never out, she was never overtly sexual unless she was in private with Riker.
Well, I mean, for case in point, I mean, just go back to I suck at show names, or titles for episodes, but the one where Troy loses her control, where she starts not being able to control her abilities or herself anymore, and she goes almost crazy.
Daybob makes a good point. Those girls like to get naked too. They do. Damn straight they do. Naked wedding? You want to go to a Betazoid wedding? Got to get naked.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Worf getting invited to Riker and Deanna's wedding and on Betazed, and Worf's like,
yeah.
Nope. No, Klingons don't go naked to weddings. It ain't happening. You ready for that naked wedding, Mr. Worf?
Yeah.
No.
I think I'm calling in sick that day.
Purple Valkyrie, I liked her much better than her daughter. I bet Luoxana would have been fun to go drinking with. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Luoxana was like the party girl. Yeah, Deanna was like, Mother, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, little one. I'm just getting a little drunk with my friends.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yes. And Shum has become a warrior of Midgar. Thank you so very much, Shum, for joining Loki's army. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla, sir. And the Vikings are invading YouTube. Skull! And thank you, sir. Damn it, I broke down and spent money. Thank you, sir. Ever believe me, it's appreciated. You guys really do keep the lights on in Valhalla. Thank you all so very much. So, from Luoxana to the perfect mate. Oh, damn! You know, we kind of covered this last week.
Yeah, a little bit.
Damn. So the episode some people don't like, I thought it was fucking fantastic. Famke Jensen as Kamala. Was it
Yeah,
Kamala?
I mean, like it was good for what it was. It kind of pushed the normal boundaries of TNG.
Oh yeah, because it was very suggestive. That, I'm the submissive, and Picard's the dom,
and because it brought Picard in, like if it would, I think, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure if you switch out in that episode Picard for Riker, I don't think it would have hit the backlash that it would have got. The major backlash would, what the hell? Picard wouldn't be in that shit. What the fuck are you talking about, right? Whereas if it was Riker, it would have been, oh yeah, it's just Riker.
Well, you know, there's also a morality to this, because if anybody remembers, I'm not going to go too far off topic here. Firefly, the great book, Senior Book, said there is a special level of hell they reserve for people who do certain things and talk in the theater, and that if he were to get it on with the innocent Mrs. Reynolds, who says, I do know my Bible, sir. On the night of their betrothal, the wife shall open to the man as the furrow to the plow. And he's like, oh my God, the good old Bible. And that's kind of where Picard is in this. He's, you know, she's like, I am yours. I am betrothed to you. I am all yours.
Yeah.
And shit. What did I do?
Yeah. What did I go and get myself into now?
What did I go and get myself into now? Riker, and yeah, Mark didn't play tired. Holy shit, hell, Mark. Mark says Riker would have gotten a piece of the action.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to agree.
Yeah. So the other episode we hadn't talked about yet is the one where Data saves that boy, and then the boy tries to become Data.
Oh my God. What was it? Oh, it's not disaster.
No,
Hero worship. Worship.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
that
his
was
fault.
An interesting take too.
He blamed himself.
Yeah.
Take advantage of an innocent is what Book said. Yes. He's from Burkholder. So, but yeah, so Data saves the life of this kid on this ship. Kid starts to emulate him and wants to be Data. How could you, not? Data saved his life. The kid looks up and thinks he's Superman.
Yeah.
And the kid has to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. Because androids do not lie.
Yeah, he thought he did something bad on the ship. He thought he killed everybody.
Yeah.
And
which
he didn't.
Is, pretty heavy for an episode. I mean, you're putting that on a 9-year-old or whatever,
And Dead Man Walking 55, thank you so much for being here. You take it easy, brother. Have a great one. Have a great day.
Have a great one.
But yeah, it's a 9-year-old kid thinks he blew up the ship and then starts looking at Data like Data's a god.
Yeah.
That there's not, there's a lot of data. There's a lot of data because we're going to end the season with Data.
Yeah.
In this season. And a lot of Data figures it out, or Data's there to save the day, or Data's, Data's helping Luoxana with, her batteries. Power Play has a really good Data in it that's not Data. He's this mean alien that's possessed the body of Data, and he fucks some shit up. Growl at me with your Klingon fierceness. That's in Data lore. I know. Wrong quote, but so I love it when you get a Brent Spiner, an evil Brent Spiner.
Yes.
So 2 episodes I want to cover really quick before we get out of here, because you got some shit in here like the next phase that I don't even want to fucking talk about. Whatever, transporter accident. The Inner Light, which is a lot of people's favorite TNG episode. And I can understand that because the flute, it's a tearjerker. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And then you're like, oh man, he's got this life, and oh look, it's been 20 years, but it hasn't. It's been all of 5 seconds on the Enterprise. But to him, it's a lifetime. And he's old Grandpa Picard playing that fucking flute that he learns to play, and it's different. You feel for him because he misses it. He wants to go back to that life that he had, that marriage that he had, that wife that he had. When he wakes up on the bridge after all that, he's just like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah. And why the hell did you wake me up? What the fuck?
How much time has passed? About 5 minutes? 5 minutes? Oh my God. I lived an entire lifetime on that planet with these people.
Yeah.
And learned how to play that fucking Resican flute. And he gets that flute. They find that damn flute in the probe. Like, hey, we knew you'd want it. Here you go. So, what did you think?
Inner Light was good. To me, it was a really... It added something to Picard. Because we got to see Family Man Picard, which you don't get to see very, very often. And it kind of added depth to Picard. The only thing I don't like is anytime they refer to Inner Light at any point, like in the movies, or it's always done so badly when they try to go back to it. Just no.
Ghost Rider says, were I a writer on Star Trek, I'd make the next season of Picard the last and use it to set up the next series. New characters, new ships, non-woke, pure Trek. I don't even think it's a matter of the woke. I think it's a matter of being dumb. A giant plant taking out a Borg cube, dumb people, dumb episode, dumb writers that have no idea what they're doing, that used to write for the Gilmore Girls.
Well, the problem with that, I think the problem with just shows on the overall is, I think I brought this up last time, even you can go as far as going into the WWE writer room. Half the writers don't know what the fuck they're writing. They have no fucking clue. They're just hired because they have the credentials. They're hired on credentials, not on experience or product knowledge.
No, Star Trek's a whole different thing. You kind of gotta know. You would
how
many
think,
years of Star Trek? How many years of Star Trek do you have? And they straight up said, we don't want it tainted with previous Trek. You're a show based on previous Trek.
Yeah. It's a catch-22.
You've got to know previous Trek. Oh, well, we don't want to be influenced by that. That was back when they were hiring because of race and what the fuck ever.
Yeah, well, that's just the modern spin on shit.
They were all is and phobes, and so was Gene. Then don't fucking work on the show, bitch. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But
Good statement though, Ghost Rider. You have to know the material, the lore. You can't make crap up. No, you got to know what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, if you did that, that would fire 99% of all of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so Time Zero.
Refresh my memory on that one.
Mark Twain.
Oh yeah.
Data goes back in time. They find Data's head.
Yeah, I remember it now. I wasn't a fan of this one. I found it dry. And then, but see, this one suffers from the same thing that all season enders and season beginners, because they're all two-parters. Any two-parter in Star Trek, especially TNG, the first episode is decent. The follow-up is usually crap.
I actually like the follow-up to this.
I don't know. It just seemed to tie up too nicely for me. It was just kind of like, really? That's it?
But then again,
that's all we're done?
I liked Mark Twain.
Yeah, I mean, there were good parts. But...
It's a werewolf. Sees Warp. It's werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just, eh.
I mean, remember what Guinan said to Picard: if you don't go on this mission, we will never meet. This is the first time she met Picard.
Yes.
This is how they really met. And she asked him, she goes, do you remember when we first met? And he said, of course. Don't be so sure.
Yeah.
Because I know more than you do. And then he comes back and she's got that look on her face she blushes. Like, and he's like, God, I love you, woman. All these years we've known each other and been friends. You kept this a secret.
Yeah.
I absolutely positively love you.
Yeah. I wish they would have gone more into Guinan, though.
Yes.
Because they left way more questions than answers when it came to Guinan.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, there are more threads to Guinan that have just kind of been left to the imagination. Right? You figure it out. Than I think any other character in TNG. I think I'm pretty secure in saying that, because they'd hint at something and then they'd never mention it again.
But we're never going to see how they originally met unless they do some kind of de-aging shit in Picard. We're never going to see how they really met. That is how she met him. How he met her the first time is a different thing. And see, that's what I loved about this, is the first time they met is not really the first time they met, but it is to Picard. To her, she met him, like 200 years ago. Yeah. So she met him way in the past for the first time, and then had to keep that secret. Well, one day we're gonna meet, and I'm gonna go and 10 bar for this guy. Really? I'm not gonna be exploring the galaxy. Oh, you must know my father. Please go back and tell him I want to stay here. I don't want to leave. The humans are too interesting. But then now I'm gonna go 10 bar. I'm gonna be a bartender for this motherfucker. Well, how's that gonna happen? Apparently it does, though. So she's like,
I'm gonna do a better job at counselor than the counselor on the ship, but that's all right.
I hope not, Purple. I really hope they don't. I know she's gonna be in it. I know.
Whoopi really wants to get on board. Whoopi really wants to be on the show.
But I found this interesting. I found this episode really interesting. I love the guy that played Mark Twain, a werewolf. And of course, the first time he meets Worf, and when he realizes that Data's he's a robot.
Yeah,
it is a robot. I love that, and it's almost like Twain was inspired by all this shit, and he went on to write books. A Connecticut Yankee, and I think he'd written that already though. But he's inspired to write more. So I liked it. I really liked it. I can understand not liking it though, because people have said, this is a mess. I love it when the Sioux Indian looks at Data and he's like, pale face. Yeah, like damn, where you come from? Yeah, pale face. We call the white men pale face, but damn, motherfucker, you are pale face.
Yeah. And the Irish are going, yeah, tell me about it.
Don't you know? Haven't you seen any of us over there in the corner there, big boy?
Yeah.
Top of the morning there to you fucker.
Yeah. Get me my goddamn whiskey.
Right. Yeah. Right now, Rebin's out there going, we don't talk like that. God love you, bro. Yeah. I love you. Oh shit! So guys, that's it for part 2 of season 5. Hopefully, Vance will be back with us next week. But we have had a really good show this morning with Rambling Canuck. Brother, you were amazing. You know just as much Star Trek as anybody else. When you're like, I don't know the names of you know your shit though. I know a lot of people. I have a cheat sheet. I have a cheat sheet with episode names on it because it's just, yes, everyone, I have a cheat sheet with episode names on it. Why? Because it's fucking, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning and there's 7 damn seasons.
You want me to remember the names of episodes at 8 o'clock in the morning? I woke up an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, see, and for me, even like in like real life, I know how to get places because I know my little, there's a Tim's on the corner and then you turn left after it or something like that. I don't know, turn left onto this street, onto that street. It's, I go by road map, by like little mental parts I've sectioned off. It's the same thing with episodes. Once you start talking, oh yeah, okay, I know what this one is. But tell me the name of it, forget it.
Yeah. So, you absolutely great. I love getting to do these with you. And yes, we will be doing a Picard review. Fuck you, Canuck.
Yeah. And if the rumors are true, you're going to have 4 seasons to do because they're going to do 3 more after this.
Kiss my ass.
Aren't you happy?
No, absolutely not. Not unless something changes big time. I want to see, I believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see the interaction between Q and Picard.
If they fuck that up, that's where I will go fucking.
That is my message to CBS. You do not.
That's where I will go critical, and I am a fan of Picard. So if they fuck up Q, that's going to be where I go. You sons of bitches.
Yeah.
The trial. That was my reaction. That was my reaction when Q showed up in that travesty of a cartoon. That lower decks shite when Q showed up. And Voyager when Q showed up.
Indeed.
For the most part.
So we will be back next week with season 6. Talking season 6. We're almost at the end of this, and then we are going to move on to reviewing another series, Space Above and Beyond. So tonight we have the comic book roundtable on this channel. So anyone wanting to hang out, listen to some crazy people talk about some comic books, you all are more than welcome to come by and listen to me, Heiress of Chaos, Clobbering Time, 24/7 Fusion Media, and Fat Steven Skull to talk about comics, talk about what's up with comics, what's next in comics, what's going on in comics, and of course, the upcoming DC fandom event in October that we will be covering here on this channel. So I want a big thank you to Rambling. Do you have anything coming up you want to talk about?
Well, I'm hoping to get the channel back to somewhat normal within the next 3 weeks. They went and changed all my they went and put me on nights, so I'm getting used to the new schedule and working things around. So between History with R&R and Rambling Canuck, I want to get things back on track, kind of. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring back all of the shows just because my energy level is not what it used to be. But I've got a couple of new things that that might make it a little easier for editing and stuff like that. So
Cool. Hell yeah.
And of course, karaoke on Saturdays, 9:00 Central. My better half helps me, and she can sing. So don't come to hear me sing, but she can sing. I can't. But so yeah, she helps me get through that. So.
Oh, and Shum says Ghostbusters Afterlife just dropped its new trailer. Cautiously optimistic. They didn't ep it up. I can't wait to see it. I really can't.
Well, speaking of Vance and Ghostbusters, he put on Facebook that him and his son are doing a fan film for Ghostbusters.
Nice.
And he put on Facebook, I think it was 2 days ago, that him and his son were starting to film a Ghostbuster fan film.
Ghostbuster, the Golgarian.
His son is just adorable.
The traveler has come. I didn't say anything. Did you say anything, Canuck? I didn't fucking say anything. What did you do, Vance? I couldn't help it. Yeah. Maybe next week. Everyone, have a wonderful Tuesday. Like I said, we'll see you back here later tonight for the Comic Book Roundtable. Have a great Tuesday, everyone. Be excellent to each other. And have a great one.
Take her easy, folks.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.